welcome back to do the case study portion, right? To have a quick discussion on that. So what to do? Okay, so first of all, we need to talk about there are a few parts, right? Part one, let me change the ink to the better color. Okay, so part one, you have an intro, right? So what does the intro would cover? End of the day, you'll cover your background, you will cover the aim, and then the scope. Okay, so background, what are the people involved? So you have four groups of people, right? You have a company, you have no security, right? You have a laptop, you have PCs, industrial PCs, right? There's no security whatsoever. Machines are not updated. One of them are running Windows XP, some of them are running Windows 7. Okay. Then what you aim to do? This is a proposal. Aim to do is to come out a proposal, a full coverage on the system itself, right? End of the day, and you intend to propose to the top management about all the various changes end of the day, so that you can make it in such a way that it is more secure, and end of the day, hopefully the company will not be subjected for hacking end of the day. So scope is the area of the whole entire factory itself, both the wired and wireless network and all the various equipment end of the day, right? So let's delete this part first and go to the next few portion. Okay, next, what are we going to cover? Let's do the drawing of the portion. Right. So what do we have here? We have the internet, right? This is the internet. Okay, and then next thing, we follow by your router. Okay, so this is your router, your main router, which is 192.168.1.0 network. So you only have one network at this point in time, okay, existing. So you have a switch, right? This is your core switch, and then distributed switch, okay, and this side goes to the server switch. Okay, this side goes to the factory switch. And here goes to the office switch, right? Okay, and you have a access point. This is your wireless. The rest of all these are wired lah. Wired means that you have all this wired PC, industrial PC, right? Okay, and then over here you have your servers, right? Currently we have 3 servers. Server 1, DNS, DHCP, and NAT. Server 2, email, and server 3, all your FTP, Telnet, HTTP, and last but not least, your database server. Okay, and then of course here the wireless, you have all your laptop connected to there. Okay, so this is the base a diagram end of the day that are given to you, right? And we need to discuss about a few things. Number one, CIA. Okay, we want to improve the security by having confidentiality, integrity, availability, right? So confidentiality wise, what do you mean by that, right? Confidentiality, practically, if you go back to talk about confidentiality, the pen Confidentiality is about encryption. Very much about encryption. Okay, that's confidentiality. Integrity is more about hash, right? And then availability is about several things. Access control, okay, ACL, the access control list. Many ways to achieve this. Your firewall, okay, antivirus, okay. So of course, firewall may include intrusion prevention system, intrusion detection system. Okay, so these are some of the key portion that we'll need to cover and add on to whatever it is. On top of that, you need to have what, right? They talk antivirus. There's no antivirus, right? So you need to have antivirus everywhere. And typically, organization you need to have an antivirus server. Okay, and how about there are additional thing on top of just confidentiality, integrity, availability. One of the key thing is updated system. So your hardening portion. Okay, your hardening up to date, right? What is all the thing up to date? Is all the thing hardened? Okay, so these are the key framework that people are looking for when we talk about cybersecurity. Okay, next. So how do we go about? Let's go one by one. Let's use a different ink color. Right? Let's use red. Now we talk about encryption alone. So where is encryption going to happen? Okay. So for this case, we are not talking about remote access. We don't think about remote access, but then even basic encryption. So are we going to have encryption in all the machines? Okay, never talk about encryption. So every single machine out there will have encryption, whether you're talking about your IPC, okay, your wired network, right? Every single machine, your laptop, your servers, all will have encryption. The hard disk encryption, okay, encryption. That's at the device level, okay? Normally it comes with device, communication, and then your application. Next, so all these devices have encryption at the device level. Next thing, are we going to have communication encryption? Yes, right? How do we go about doing that, right? Where do we really need it? Okay, first thing is wireless typically is not safe, right? There's no security inside the wireless. So the most important thing is you have the encrypted wireless connection from here to here and whatever. So we're going to use a encryption method which is WPA2. Okay, in order to have WPA2, it will basically involve if it's a pairwise key, you at least have a pairwise key, right? But then for enterprise, typically you want to have an additional server that have a better certificate. So you have a AAA server here. This is an additional server. So you actually have a username, password, all unified inside here. Okay, so you have a username, password, and certificate. Okay, and the key thing about encryption here is the certificate that actually give you the certificate. So you have communication security comes in, right? Of course, the whatever end of the day, it need to do proper encryption for the purpose, okay, for that purpose. But somehow or rather, this wireless somehow or rather need to link back to here. Okay, so there's a link for your wireless requirement to the AAA server. That will link back to the second part, which is your AAA portion. Okay, so this is your authentication server. Okay, at the back end, you need to have your Active Directory database, which actually store all these things. This is Active Directory. Okay, this is Radius. Okay, and because you have a certificate, so that's why here also have to have certificate authorities right here. Okay, so these are the few services is hosting under one server over here. Okay, which is the Radius, which is a AAA server. your certificate authority, your Active Directory. Okay, so these are the few services that is required at the server end to have. And then of course your authenticator is at the access point here, and then it's connected. The supplicant is the laptop. Okay, so there's a few keywords here lah. We will also straight jump into the AAA portion lah. So there's a so that you can mention about it. The AAA portion lah. The main component is the client end, which is called supplicant. Okay, your access point part, which is your authenticator, and then the far end is your authentication server. Okay, authentication server, just a shorthand here. So that is first part of the communication security, right? What else in terms of the secure authentication security? So let me go back to the read-in. So we go for communication. What else other communication that you're going to have for encryption? You're going to definitely for your all these are application your email, okay, your email. I mean the FTP, your telnet, your HTTP. So what they should be replaced with? Okay, you need to have a SCP for replace your FTP. Your telnet is replaced by SSH, right? All these are port 22. These two are linked with one another, right? It's a secured copy lah. So end of the day, it works together with your SSH. So you replace these two. Your HTTP is HTTPS lah. Okay, so this one especially will link back to your SSL or TLS. Okay, for encryption. And they need certificate here. So this one requires certificate. Okay. The SSH and SCP is the self-cert lah. The next thing is the email. Email also needs certificate. Okay, then you can. The only is PGP lah. So you have a Outlook level PGP for your email that comes with the certificate, and then all your emails be encrypted. So all these are encrypted lah. Of course your database can be encrypted also lah. That's a device level thing lah. Then DNS also can have a encryption. So DNSSEC is the main thing that have encryption. These two doesn't have lah. Okay, so these are the few at the application level that need to have certificate. So I mean encryption. So you have a device level, okay, which you have all the encryption for the storage. You have individual communication level, as I mentioned, your your WPA2 for the wireless, right? And the third thing is all your application level security. So at least all these are encrypted, right? Next, of course, your traffic towards the internet need to be HTTPS. Okay, that's important. Okay. So next, what else you need to have, right? We talk about integrity, hashes, right? Password hashes. Okay. So the various places that you have password, your SSH and your SCP, if you have account inside there, you may have their own hashes, right? So I may want to wherever you have a data access lah, you have likelihood going to have hashes lah. So I'm going to use a blue pen. So because your password remember shadow. So please remember what is this, and then right, this one likelihood will apply to all these device that can be Linux so or some of the router switches end of the day. So hashes, your email will do hashes because it's not just a certificate, but it will generate the hashes so that when you send the email, you make sure that there's integrity there. Okay, there are hashes, right? HMAC in your TLS and HTTP, right? And then there are hashes when you are doing a verification with all your DNS portion. So these are some of the places that it comes with all the hashes. Okay, including your AAA portion that actually store the password itself, right? Username and password. Okay. Next, going to change to another color, which is availability. Okay. So availability will cover quite a bit of things. First of all, access control. So we have many machines. We have a few rows. So first of all, we want to split in terms of SSID, VLAN ID is equal to SSID is equals to IP address. Okay, so you have a manager, right? How many of them? 20. SSID is so your VLAN is VLAN 1. Wait, let me just erase something off. Let me come back to the pen. Where's my pen? Here. So we have the VLAN. So we have a VLAN 2, VLAN 2, VLAN 3, VLAN 2, VLAN 3, VLAN 4. Okay, and then we have SSID. This is VLAN 5. Then we have manager. Okay, as the SSID, the password can be 192.168.2.0 network. Okay, and then you can have your HR, which is a 3.network. Okay, and then you have your sales and marketing people, which is a 4.0 network, and then last but not least, your technician, 5.0 network. Okay, and your VLAN for especially here is your 5.0 network, right? Your technician or your IPC supposed to go here. The rest are not supposed to go here, right? The rest can go into here, right? The email, the FTP and whatever server. So your 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, okay, can all go into here, right? Doesn't mean your technician cannot come in, so your 5.0 can come in here. But you need to separate them, okay, into various VLAN and goes inside here. So there's a trunking. There's a trunking involved, okay, for all the various VLANs. Okay, and you can go to various network itself. Okay, but then you have the 5.0 network. The key is the 5.0 network goes into your factory. Okay, only the technician can go into that, right? Because that's an operation. The rest are all documents, so business network. So next thing is you need to have a firewall, right? So you may have a firewall inside here, a firewall inside here. You have a firewall inside here. A lot of times your access point also have a firewall. Okay, so all places you have a firewall, you have an intrusion prevention system, intrusion detection system to detect, okay, and therefore you actually split the network into smaller segments. Okay, next, what else? You are going to have you want to have antivirus, okay, and then you want to update the various machines. Let's draw the different color. Let's use blue. So you want to update. We mentioned that this is all these are XP. You want to upgrade to Windows 10, right? All these are Windows 7. You upgrade to Windows 10, right? And then you want to do hardening for everybody. So you want to harden, and harden everywhere, right? So we want to do all the various hardening because all the username, password, firewall, whatsoever, of course you need to have host-based firewall everywhere, okay? So those are the various things that you need to harden to make sure that the whole entire system is nice and proper, right? Yeah. So then we miss out another machine, another server, because you need to have another one more server, which is the antivirus server. Okay, so this antivirus server is important, which is talk about all this. So you need to have antivirus everywhere. Okay, the client and then the server pump the latest firmware to whoever need it to the latest, including yourself lah. So all these are the various servers. Okay, and then at the same time, beside the antivirus software you want to do update, right? So over here you may also have a patch server for Microsoft, right? So you have the main server. So all these are patched, right? From even after your Windows 10 ready, there are still security patch. So all these things need to be included inside here, and then you'll send to all the various client and server. Note that there are different operating systems. This is an embedded system. This is a PC system. These are servers. So there are 3 different class of machines. Your update will have to quantify differently for each and every one of them. Okay? Now, after all these things, right, then we have all your various services running, and then it's good, right? But the key thing is, don't forget about costing. How much would it cost to own the new AAA server? How much would it cost to own the new antivirus machine? Do remember, okay? Then I go back to the notes part. Let's go back to black ink. And do remember there's a thing called CAPEX. CPAX. And there's a thing called OPEX. Continuous capital investment, and then the other one is operational investment. Capital is just pay once. So you need to discuss in terms of the first time how much you need to pay. So example, the server, this machine, these 2 are the main server, right? What are the specification? You need to talk about it. What are the need? How much you need to pay for all the Microsoft updates? Okay, including the server side, right? And then the not so old until it expire lah. Windows 2016 is expired, right? Like at least your Windows 10 that's not expired, right? Your Windows 7 need upgrade, and then your Windows XP you need to upgrade. So how many machines are there altogether in terms of the upgrade itself? And then the antivirus, the piece of software, how much will it cost? The patch server, how much will it need to be ready in order to do that? The manpower to configure the VLAN, the SSID, the IP address, so that you actually do the various segmentation. On top of it, okay, then you still have your firewall. You need to have new equipment as firewall, right? So what are the new equipment? Routers, no, the firewall, okay, the firewall, and the 2 new server. So altogether, you have at least minimum 3 firewall and 2 new servers, right? That's at the device level. Communication level, as I mentioned, all the various configuration in terms of the VLAN, SSID, IP address, and then the wireless configuration, right? And then the AAA configuration. AAA is free lah, but then end of the day you still need to get your AP configured. So how much will it cost for the access point to configure, right? So how many access point you have, right? And how do you configure them for a factory size system, right? End of the day. So for communication price wise, all these things. Application wise, and then the things I just mentioned, some of the things already. So you have your upgrade of your operating system, right? From XP to Windows 10, your Windows 7 to Windows 10, XP to Windows 7 is 10 is this one. Your IPC, this is Windows 7 to your notebook, all the 100 notebooks, all the 100 IPC, and all the 3 servers. Plus, you need to have 2 more servers. So all these are the costing wise in terms of software wise. Okay, so these are the main gist of the 30-page report. Okay, that's all for my end. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.